Yep. Randy, would you like to open with our secretary's report?
Oh, well, there were no minutes last month because we were at Rhodes.
Right.
That
Yeah, I missed
missed
that.
something special.
Yes.
Okay, the August 4th minutes, President John Covey called the meeting to order at 6:34. Secretary Peggy Kunkel read the minutes from the last meeting. There were no corrections, so the motion was made to accept them. George Harmling and Maggie Sherrard approved and seconded the motion. Membership, Maggie Naylor introduced our two visitors, Melissa Smith and Kristen Verkart. Birthdays, Maggie Naylor and Carol Fowler have birthdays this month. Library, Lisa Tansey brought books that had helpful tips and tricks for calligraphers. She reiterated the request that you let her know of any books that would be good additions for the library. Ann Rabinovitz said that she is still collecting money for the two workshops and there are still places if you are interested. By the way, they're over and done with, so forget it. She also had some handouts for them. Old business, there was none. New business, the September meeting will be held at the Library Archives of Rhodes College, and it will be held on September 8th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. You must let us know if you plan to attend and how many will be in your party. The Delta Fair, at this point, we have no information. Gavin will be doing demo at the Arts Crafts Building. You can choose the time and day you want to work. Just let Gavin know. A motion was made to end the meeting. George Harmling and Holly Monroe approved and seconded the motion. Peggy Kunkel presented a program giving the members tips and ideas for improving their calligraphy. Respectfully submitted, Peggy Kunkel.
What correction? Leanne Dye's birthday is August 7th.
I had a birthday.
She's a birthday, August birthday.
Well, it wasn't read out at the meeting, so sorry.
Still had a birthday.
Waited.
And she is what? Okay, fine, it'll be all right.
Do we have any birthdays for October?
I always remember Kathy Overton's birthday was on Halloween.
Yeah, you don't remember it anymore. Here's what it says in the book.
Okay.
You'd like to see
You want to
that?
read it? Cause you.
I can read it if you could. Norma Powell, Ann Rabinovitz, and Audrey Smith. And Audrey is the one that sends out our birthday cards now.
Yeah.
And so her birthday is October 24th. Should we want to send her one?
Yeah.
We should. Everybody should send one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sign a name on it most of the time.
No.
That's very good. No, it's something that you keep it. It's.
Excuse me.
Solid shading and everything.
Audrey
It's
Smith.
done with
Audrey
care.
Smith.
Yeah.
She took over with Sandra, and Sandra did it for years and did such a wonderful job.
And
And Audrey's is doing just as good.
yeah, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They really are.
But you won't put her name on it.
No, I know, I told her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lovely sympathy card from her, so it was.
Do. Anything for workshops in?
No, I just want to thank everybody for coming to the last two workshops. And I think whoever came, well, for both of them, but particularly for the Zentangle, I think they all enjoyed it. It was a good time.
The library.
Thank you. I'll just rattle off the names of books that I brought today. It's a simple guide to gold leafing, just because we didn't have a lot for things like this. Antique writing instruments. And then we have a book on fountain pens. This is the book that Peggy recommended. Make your own artist tools and materials. Good book.
Which one? A good book.
Helps
So
if
we
you
have
have
a husband who does this.
Yes.
Yeah.
calligraphy skills and techniques. Now, this has 12 alphabets and 12 original projects. And the last time this book was checked out was 2004. And this has some really good stuff in it. See, it's got alphabets, and then it has things that you can do with, of course, not eliminated stuff, but anyway, it looks like a great book. The Psalms of David. Jean checked it out, liked it so much she's bought one.
I bought one too.
It's okay, good. An Elegant Hand. This is another great book. I think this is checked out 2008. And is anybody familiar with Mike Saul from famous book? He signed this book. And it's got great stuff in it. Really great.
Curious for, and I ordered one through the Memphis Public Libraries, and they would not give us the library's discount. And so we had to got it for, I think, $58 or $59.
And last but not least, this is a new thing that I'll be doing pretty often, maybe not every month, but it's something that I would encourage you to do if you're at all interested. I brought things that are excess, purging, and it's free for whoever wants it. Here's a box of Christmas cards. The inside says, "We woof you a Merry Christmas." I sent one to my veterinarian, for example. And if somebody doesn't want the whole book, but a lot of people here, I'm sure, have a veterinarian, we could just open this up and you could take a card. I have a teeny tiny pocket stapler, but you'll have to go online and get some more staples. Creating with Concrete. My son did not think this was a great book. Anyway, Nature Crafts with a Microwave and Flower Drying with a Microwave. I want to have to call this back home. But anyway, if you have things that you've got two of or stuff that you'll never use again, one man's trash, right? They're the man's treasure. My next door neighbor, the reason I did this, my next door neighbor has started doing that. Just had Christmas for her house. Stuff in the box, never been used. So anyway, free. Not free. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, look at a couple of those books, and you want to, like Lisa says, check them out, look through it, and some of that you'll get some neat, good ideas. And either I try not to open it up, make a copy of it. I'll sit down and practice and make my letters and work with it, and okay, then I can throw that aside. And I've got styles of lettering from other people that date back into the, I guess, 65, 66, when I started working for the city, and see somebody's handiwork. If there was something I could make a copy of it, I would. And I was surprised how many draftsmen still use pointed pens to precisely make the, what we call Gothic letter style. And some of them would go in there and write with their cursive hand, and some of it is beautiful. And I managed to get a few of their nibs, still have them. Okay, got one thing we need to do, and we haven't had a membership. Let's do that. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Membership. We have a table full of beauties over here tonight. But they come in, and we want to encourage you. And Tricia, we're glad to have you here tonight. Yes, I know you're helping Dixie, but we'd like to see you more often too. So, our year goes from January to January. So next month we will start collecting dues. So if we can do it cash, check, or PayPal online. So just be thinking about that. And no need to join till next month or December. But the quicker we get money in, people always want their directory, right? And in January, well, where is my directory? Well, directory cannot be printed until people join and we have their names and addresses. And Leanne has done such a fabulous job of getting it all together. So, because she had, but she and I work together with Maggie, who takes the money, and we can't have a list. So it's normally about April before you'll get your printed copy. And so and last year we put the library in there, and I believe you're working on a new division of it. Was that right? No?
No, putting new books in.
Okay. I thought you were putting it back into like
Well,
sections.
well, actually, no, because so many of the books belong in more than one section, but what I am trying to do is create a list. For example, well, I don't see any, well, here, maybe this book would name all of the 6 hands. And then, put this also as a collection. So that, let's say somebody wanted to do Christmas cards in a Klingon hand, we could just do a quick search. That too. What do you want?
The post office would not appreciate that.
So anyway, it's really good information. And when you join, you get one. I don't try to go back and keep them up to date. I do send that out in emails. So when you get an email from me to add a new member, you are responsible for putting it in your own book. And there's places and stuff. So that's all I have.
I have a question. How much
Yes.
are the dues for next year?
Dues are 30, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that out. And 40. I don't know that off the tip of my head. Can you tell me?
35 or a single 40.
I will send that out in an email.
A family, it's 40 for a family.
35.
One moment. I thought it was too, but I don't.
Here it is. Dues are $30 for individuals and 45 for family. They are
45
due,
for family.
and they are due January the 1st.
Thank you.
But we start taking them in November so we can,
You take it tonight. I have to have a check.
yes.
Okay.
So you pay on a prorated basis according to the month.
Well, let's just do it. That's for next year.
Yeah,
Okay. Anybody that pays from now till
yeah.
will be for next year. 30, everybody hear that? 30 for individual, 45 for dual. Peggy and Keith qualify. And, if you want to bring your husband or significant other, that'd be okay too. Okay. Thank you. Leanne.
And we have great Christmas parties.
Maybe you got anything for treasure?
I'll be glad to give y'all what we've been up to. We had 2 workshops, and I've written 3 checks this month, 2 for the workshops and 1 for some supplies that Lisa needed for the library. Our deposits were $1,270, and our current balance is $3,627.85. They're still wealthy.
Say that again.
That's good.
3,600.
$27.85. We received as much as we spent.
Income outgo the same.
Huh?
I said, what came in, went out the same.
Right. We're still wealthy people. I think if we shut down and divide, we all get about $20.
Let's hope we don't do that.
No, we're not.
But by our bylaws, we can't do that.
That's,
We can't protect our own money. We have to give it to a,
Other 501c3.
C3.
that's okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you told me that.
if Maggie went over there and she started a company, and Lisa with small gift library and things like that, collecting books, it could be bequeathed to them. But anyway, what I have on my mind, which is kind of small, but
Your mind or the thought?
both of them. We have a second vice president that will not be with us next year. He's gonna relinquish his time on it, said he's got too many other irons in the fire.
I still plan on being here. I still plan on being here. I just can't.
Well, you,
Maybe the program.
what, you too many irons in the fire,
Yes.
yeah, right. You'll be here, but you've got,
And it's not like I was dying or
yeah,
something.
you just want to have a night, you'll be a member. And so we need somebody to volunteer to be second vice president. And if you want to nominate someone, you can. Problem is getting them to accept it.
Tell them what the second vice president does.
Hmm.
Tell them
Yeah.
what a second vice president does.
Like Gavin.
Yeah.
I'll let Gavin say that.
It's a program.
The second vice president plans out the programs that we have each month. So he hunts down people to do things for the program, and then gathers together a little blurb about it, and hopefully a picture to go along with it. And then he or she will post that information on our website and also on our Facebook page to help people be aware of what's coming up on the calendar. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Doesn't sound like much, but it's a pretty good job to,
Yeah.
if you're still young and working and, it takes, I did that once upon a time, with actually Dennis Urban and I did it jointly. And we got some workshops and some things going, and it's a handful, but it's not bad. Once you find the people to fill the spots to have something presented at it, we have 11 meetings that Christmas party doesn't count because we all.
Well, a Christmas party still counts because you need to find who will host it at their house.
Who will host it? Well, usually we have somebody made it easy. They will say, I will, and then you say, bring a dish, and you go out, and then
Yeah.
we have, potluck sometime. All kinds of nice things happen. But,
We already have a volunteer this year.
Yeah.
Norma Powell.
yeah,
That's
Norma-
right.
Yeah, Norma's
Christmas
already
party, yeah.
volunteered for the Christmas party. If you were there last year, very nice. And her co-host is her husband, and he's a pretty neat character in himself. Retired first responder. Served in military. All right, do we have anyone to volunteer, or do you know one of the members that you can call to see if they will volunteer? We can just put that on the side burner and wait.
Why don't we put an email out for people who are not here?
Write it up and I'll send it back.
Okay.
And I would be happy to walk someone through all of that too.
Yeah, and if two people want to work together on it, that would be acceptable. Because sometimes two is better than one in most instances, all of us know that. And so the whole guild helps me, and Maggie said, over here telling me what to do. Because I'm from. I didn't realize.
That's what I tell Helen.
She said somebody has to.
Yeah, Helen. I said, when she died, I said, I didn't know what I was gonna do because Helen always told me what to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But I've managed.
Well, hey,
We always need encouragement,
yeah,
each other,
teamwork,
teamwork, we do.
yeah, because that's how I learned, and I didn't know much. I've learned quite a bit after I joined the guild, and really didn't know that much about what was going on, and I just did my lettering, and a couple of others did. Anyway, and it's evolved into a bunch of the best people that I can find in Memphis to join together. I know we do have other people that are, I guess you call them lettering artists, commercial artists that are very good with being creative, and those people just don't feel like they want to join this guild to find out that they can learn something and make friendships that are long lasting. But do we have anything that we need to discuss? Any old business? Any new business?
I got one. I got a note from the Washington Calligraphy Guild regarding the envelope thing that they do every year. This year they're doing something different because the post office has been somewhat difficult to work with. If you decorate an envelope, the post office can't run it through their machines anymore.
Oh,
What?
mine was lost.
Yeah,
When I
that's,
entered it,
I-
never got
I've been hearing about a lot of lost or seriously delayed cards for the last several months. But apparently the new machines that the post office has can't read the address and the zip codes and whatnot if they are highly decorated.
Yeah.
So for submissions for the I think it's the graceful envelope contest, is what they call it. This year you will have to put your submission with a stamp still on the card. Doesn't have to be a full price stamp, but it does have to have a stamp on it. You put it in an envelope and you plainly address the outer envelope.
That's great. Because even my envelopes that have the vintage postage on there
Mhm.
aren't always received.
Yeah,
Because someone has to add it up and they don't have time.
they
to do
can't
it.
add, they can't read, and they can't fix their machines.
And you would think machines can read it, and
Well, I'm glad.
I've had
Yeah, that's good. That's a
things
good reason
even
to do.
from Hardeman County sent to Memphis, or from sending things from Olive Branch, Hardeman County. Sometimes it took 2 months.
Yes.
So if you're planning on sending a decorated Christmas envelope,
Get it.
think about it. As your postage is going to be a little more expensive. Yeah.
Well, I found out that I can write the person's name in cursive, but I print the
The rest of
address
it.
and state. That's it.
George, can you define highly decorated, or did they define highly decorated?
Basically, anything that would be submitted for the graceful envelope collection needs to be in an outer envelope.
So,
So if you normally use stamps and stuff not on your cards for decorate, or you paint great beautiful pictures on your card or on your envelope or anything of that sort. Well, a couple years ago, I got a envelope from a lady in the Washington Guild that was beautifully decorated. It's probably one of the last things was able to get through the post office at that point. Since then, they have seriously deteriorated.
so when are they gonna implement this new rule?
Well, the
Now.
guild now,
It
the
is.
guild is saying if
I'm
you're
a
submitting,
member of an envelope exchange group that's international, and I haven't had any problems yet.
Yeah.
But for the graceful envelope.
There is
yeah.
a stamp that you can buy, or a couple of them, that is for a hand pencil. So it's a butterfly and
yes,
they like to.
but they
go
ignore
something.
that too. They ignore that too.
Well, if you have that stamp on there, it only runs through one machine. So if they have to hand do one and then it just runs through the little strip.
I put a wax seal on an envelope and it had the lovely little extra postage, because that is extra postage. You have to pay for that. It had that lovely little butterfly envelope. It took a month to get to Cincinnati.
Well, I'm speaking from experience just because of my bride.
Yeah.
We're paying sometimes $40 an invitation. So, we're,
Whoa. Then what you pay
yeah,
for dinner?
sometimes 100 invitations and
Yeah.
we're paying that much rent. So it has got better, but don't trust, but theirs aren't highly decorated. Theirs are usually just cursive or calligraphy.
If it's cursive handwriting, you should be able to get away with it. But even at that point, some things are going to be slowed because the machine.
Basically, you're doing your graceful envelope and putting it in another.
You're putting a envelope.
So it's double postage.
Yeah, well, it's
And that's not a-
based on weight, so you may have to pay 2 ounce instead of 1 ounce.
Well,
But
if we want to do that, how do we get the address that we're to mail that to?
I
Just
passed,
send it out.
I sent it to Maggie. It should be in,
Yes.
We sent it out in email.
Okay.
so it might be one of your old envelopes, but I probably have it on my someplace out.
Or just Google graceful envelope.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Gives you.
And George, just to clarify, that's not a post office rule, right? That's just a rule of the graceful envelope.
No, they're doing it because the post office cannot handle the decorated envelopes.
Right, but it's not a rule. It's just because of a condition.
It's a condition that the post office can't handle the stuff. It's going everywhere but where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
But if you've ever seen the graceful envelope, they print a booklet.
Mhm.
Now they're decorated.
They're crazy.
They're
Yeah, gorgeous.
I mean, it's not just a little
Yeah.
pumpkin on it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
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 Admittedly, some of the envelopes are pretty
Workable.
extensively decorated.
Beautiful.
But because delays in postage, because of decorated envelopes, they're recommending everybody send it in a separate envelope. Now, you could put a 1-cent penny on that one that you're putting inside, or penny envelope inside, if it meets
US Postal.
well, no, the post office isn't going to handle that. That's for
Right, well,
that's for the
It has to be something that be recognized by the US Post Office.
Yeah, it does have to be it has to be a legitimate post stamp, but it doesn't have to be one of the current ones to qualify.
In other
But
words,
the outside envelope, you better put correct postage on it.
and make life easy is just put, if it's cost 92 cents or whatever it is, put 2 stamps on there that are equivalent to 92 cents, so somebody can add. And like I said, I have to say that Olive Branch has been exceptionally good, because I've gotten letters in or cards and it's got the wrong zip code, wrong name on it, street name, misspelled, and I still get it. But if I go into Hardeman County, no.
Let's put it this way. The post office said I had a package coming today. I put a piece of mail in my post office box to go to the post office and lifted the flag. The mailman drove right past my mailbox. He didn't deliver anything and he didn't pick it up either.
It's become quite on.
That's happened to me.
And I've got him on camera doing it.
Okay, with that, do I hear a motion for us to?
One more thing. I would like to thank the Guild for their very
Yeah.
kind sympathy words.
Likewise, I would too. Thank you so much for all the beautiful cards that were sent on my mom's pass.
And even if I responded to them and sent it to the wrong address, I still appreciate it.
Always do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I move with adjourn.
Okay, motion made.
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded. Want to introduce?
Yes. Our speaker today doesn't need a whole lot of introduction. We have Dixie Ryall with us here today, and as most of you already know, Dixie has Menage stationery, And if you have not been in there before, you need to go. It's a real treat. And today she's going to bring us some of the things that's available for calligraphers.
Thank you. Thanks. So if anybody has any questions, you can also ask Patricia. And I'm really happy to have this opportunity. I didn't get to be here the night the Art Center came, so I have no idea what they did. But I just brought you a little smattering of things that we have at the store. And just tell you a little bit about Menage and what you would, if you've never been there, what you might expect to find there. And maybe how you would find it interesting. So we have been in business for 18 years and we're up on Perkins Extended. If you don't know, it's right across Perkins Extended from Nordstrom's Rack and right in the same shopping center where Cook and Love used to be, although they went out of business this year. Sad. The store was started originally by Lee Ernst, and I went on board before the store opened as her manager. And then Susan and I purchased the store in 2020. Lee passed away, actually accelerating the time period. So we were actually going to purchase it in October that year, but she passed away really at the very beginning of COVID. And so we just went ahead and went through with that. And so now it's ours. Susan's my daughter, and she was here maybe when Christian came, I think. And she does all of our graphic design in-house. And anyway, she's really good at that. She's been on a trip to New Orleans and just got back. So. Anyway, I sell I like to say I sell a smattering of calligraphy items. For instance, if you were brand new to the guild or brand new to calligraphy and you wanted to come in, we can teach you about how nibs work and what you should, washing your nib and help you find a pen holder and things like that. And then we carry the basic inks and if I get excited about something or see something or, things like that, we carry a lot of nibs. We carry some gouache and paper, and I carry like the Gordon Riley layout paper. I carry the John Neal pads that have the slant line, or maybe you want the grid without the slant line. Just basic things to help you with your calligraphy journey. And I don't carry more, I carry the dinky dips and little things like this that make your life easier when you're doing calligraphy. And I would carry more, except John Neal doesn't give a true discount to me. So when I go on John Neal, I get maybe a 15% off of their retail price. And I bring the items into the store, like sometimes when I know we have an upcoming calligraphy thing that's going to use certain items. And then I would so love to say, oh, Calligraphy Guild, come to the store and I'll give you a little discount. But if I did, might be losing money. So a lot of times on the items from John Neal, I'm looking for sources to get my own. So on some things like nibs and markers and things like that, I do, seek out and find people. But it's just all these little oddball things that calligraphers love to use that I just can't get them at the same, good price to sell to make sense for me. And I did bring some 22s with me tonight, and I'm going to pass these around. And please, these are just a gift. Just take one out, keep it for yourself. We're going to pass it on to somebody else. I'll put one for this side and one for this side. And if there's not enough, they'll let me know. If anybody does some watercolors to decorate, we carry some of the Kuretake little watercolor sets. And I have a basic set that has, 12 colors, Patricia, that other one? And it's more the basic colors that you would get in a beginning watercolor set. This particular one we have sold at the store for 3 or 4 years, and they call it what do they call it? That's the vintage ones.
A vintage watercolors, and it has kind of 1950s color palette.
And so the company that I buy these from has curated this particular one and called it a vintage palette. And I just think it's really pretty. So I kind of keep that one in. And then we have the little water bottles, to add all the little things that all of us calligraphers like. And if you've ever been to IAMPIT, you discover a lot of these things when you go there and you say, oh, how did I live without that? So, this is one company that I found, and this is actually available at Michael's too, but this is a company called Manuscript out of Great Britain. And this is silver that I'm showing you here, but I do a lot of wedding calligraphy, and a lot of our brides use gold for their ink. So Manuscript makes a beautiful gold that looks just like the engraving that we get on our invitations. So I just use it out of the bottle. It's just perfect gold to me. This is their silver. And if somebody gets a color called champagne, it's a half and half gold and silver, and I just mix it myself. And then I'm able to match their champagne ink. Pass this around too. This is at my store or at Michael's, you can get it. I've seen it there. And we usually always keep the speed bond manuals at the store. And does anybody know why they didn't put a new one out?
I was
They
wondering
don't-
that too.
Out every year.
They usually do it every 2 years.
Oh,
3 or 4.
which one do you have?
It's just a-
Well,
Which, this
this is the most recent one, the one that Suzanne Cunningham
Oh, I haven't seen that.
did.
that is the latest.
Yeah, this is the newest one. Do you have a 20?
I have a 25, but I don't have that. What's that one?
You have a 2025? This is the 25th.
No,
Oh,
he's got the
25th.
25th
I have
anniversary.
the 25th anniversary.
That's
That's what this is. Yes.
And it's sideways.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like that one.
I did too.
that's the newer one after the 25th anniversary.
I keep calling my people and they say, no, there's not a new one out. So
That is the latest
this
one.
is the latest.
That is the
This
latest.
one says 25th edition.
Now
It
supposedly,
doesn't say 25th anniversary.
supposedly they've started working on a new edition, but it hasn't got there. Do me a favor, when you get back up front,
Uh-huh.
do the hand signal like this, so it'll track you better.
Like that?
Yeah.
Forgot I was on camera. I'm gonna have to sit down.
Yeah.
Well, when you sit down, it'll follow you, or should. As you held it up next to your face, if you held it a little lower.
Almost everything you want to know about calligraphy in them.
So this is something we found. I found this at Market in New York this year from a guy who carries a lot of Japanese papers, German pens. He carries Kaweco and different things. And this is just a nice long needle, a syringe to refill your cartridges.
Oh,
If you want, and I'll pass it around.
And they also work for cleaning your nibs.
Oh, yeah, push the water through.
Yeah.
That is a long needle.
Yeah. So
Take the needle off before you do that.
the next thing I pass around, I'll pass to the other side.
Wow.
And so, yeah, we were excited to see that. And I don't know how many I bought, maybe 10 of them, but we'll get some more.
10, yeah.
And I like this thing. This is a pie, we carry, I didn't bring any of these items, but we carry fountain pens and roller balls and things like that, because if any of you remember Tobacco Corner was
Yeah.
the pen
Oh,
shop.
yeah.
That was the place to go to get a
Yes.
pen. Well, when they went out of business and decided pens weren't going to be their thing anymore, and then they went out of business, I went over to James Davis and I went over to Oak Hall. I said, are y'all planning to carry pens? Are you going to get into that market? It might be good. No. So I said, okay. So we're going to start carrying more pens. We were already carrying some. So we've tried to get into fountain pens. We're not as expert as George, but we do have Christian, and some of you may have been here when Christian came and talked on fountain pens. So Christian works with us on Thursdays most of the time. And so that's great because Susan and I don't know. And Patricia, we're all just learning about fountain pens, but Christian can really answer questions. So we carry Pilot, we carry Kaweco, we carry Lamy, we carry Receipt out of France. And so we're just kind of trying to grow in that area. Well, this is a little pen from Pilot that costs $10. But what I like about it is that it's a dip pen. So it's just like a fountain pen. You know, but you're not gonna have a cartridge in here. What this is great for is if you like fountain pens and you want to just test different inks, but not be running them through your pen, it's a great way to do that, isn't it, George? Or some people make little swash books.
It also has a reservoir available for
Oh, it does?
Mhm.
Well, good to know. We'll have to order some. So this one is medium, and I usually have medium and fine at the store.
it. That one's coming from Sailor or Platinum. Sailor makes them.
Sailor makes them.
Yeah.
Okay, and Sailor's not a company that we've started carrying yet, but I've had people mention it. I need to hire George to come.
No, you don't.
I'd be like, George, you can't talk, you have to sell stuff. This is another book that that's kind of nice. You know, the little,
Ziller manual.
the little Ziller pamphlets that they have like 4 or 5 of them. This is all of them put into one. So any of you, this is kind of rivals that speedball book in a way.
What's the name of that one?
This one is called something penmanship. Wait a minute.
So eloquent, she can't read it.
Help structure in penmanship. So yeah, it's a nice book. It's really well done, and I like that it flips from the top. So
And they do class, they have class books as well.
They
There's
do?
about 7 of them. Yeah.
oh, the little pamphlet book.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it does at the store too. So if you don't want to buy a big one like that bound, and you're just interested in business writing or Spencerian, they have just little booklet on that. See it first. Okay. I'll tell you something that I like to do with calligraphy, and that is pencil practice. Does anybody ever do pencil practice with your calligraphy? So we carry a pencil called Blackwing, and I love it. I use Blackwing pencils for every day when I'm working with a client. Like if I'm writing out what the wedding invitation is going to say, or I'm writing down all the details, I use this white one. This is like the closest to a number 2. And Blackwing pencils come in like this is the soft, which is not soft like an art pencil. It's soft like a number 2, but just a little soft. And then they have firm and extra firm. Those are the basic pencils. And all of their pencils have an eraser that comes out. It's kind of square. And you can shimmy it up when you start to get low on your eraser. Nice. And then just push it back in. And then you've got more eraser. So love these. And that company was about to go out of business. And it got where they were going out. They did go out of business. And on eBay, people were selling like one pencil for $40. Oh. And they were like an unsharpened. And they said, somebody else said, we need to go back in business. So now it's they have a big following, and they put out 3 or 4 times a year what they call a special volume. And everyone is based on these basic pencils. But like this one is the kitchenware stainless steel pencil, and it just looks like stainless steel. And all of them are called this one's called volume 140. They had one for a famous baseball player, and it was his jersey, volume whatever. But I'm not smart enough to remember that right now. This is the one from this famous artist, Keith Haring. Thank you. And with his little art on it, and we have a journal that looks like this. They made a pencil sharpener with his art on it. And they even made a little special point guard to cover the point at the end, all in this series. And then this one is for women's rights to vote. It's that's what this purple pencil is. So that's just an example. We are technically not supposed to sell these in singles, but we usually do. Just y'all don't tell anybody, and George, don't send this to Blackwing.
What's the name of it?
Yeah,
Blackwing.
Blackwing pencil. Black.
And they're great pencils.
They really are. And I've got now where I keep one of their sharpeners by my desk, and they make a little cup with 2 compartments. And this is what I think it was John Steinbeck. Yes. So you start your day with 12 pencils or however many you have already sharpened for the day. And as you're writing and starts to get dull, you put it in the front compartment and pull another one from the back. And then at the end of the day, you sharpen the ones in the front, put them in the back, and go on. So I started making that my habit, and it's great. I never pull up a dull one and get disappointed. So, okay. Brought a parallel pen. Most all of y'all know what a parallel pen is.
Yeah.
It's like a broad edge with ink cartridge in it. So this one's a huge number 6, but we carry all the sizes of that.
What Brenda said.
Pilot.
And then I also brought a little introductory size of Kakuno by Pilot. And so this is a $14.50 fountain pen. Now we have Pilot pens in the store for $350.
At all?
I get all the pens that George buys.
I'm not buying any big ones anymore either.
But it's fun that, like, I have a rep, and he is the rep for Pilot, but he also is the rep for several other companies. And he says he almost always sells a $20,000 pen every year kind of that Christmas period.
And there's some more that are more expensive than that. They did the Seven Gods series several years ago that was 7 pens for $35,000.
Wow. Lisa.
What makes a
Yeah,
pen?
keyboard for the
Well, you're
set.
in the wrong person.
gold.
For George.
That's
The carrots all nibs and.
The golden nib, what it brings to that price is the amount of gold in it. And if it's Pilot or Platinum doing it, they do a lot of Urishi work. Urishi is a form of poison ivy. But they treat it in such a fashion that a lot of people who are allergic to poison ivy are not allergic to it. It's a lacquer. They use it as a lacquer to cover things. They do a lot of gold work on the pens, gold powder, silver powder, copper powder. They paint them. They're lovely.
And you won't be seeing those at my store.
Well, those usually run starting at about $2,000. The Chinkin ones are really nice because that's an engraved pen that they pile the gold in on top of the carving and then lacquer over it and carve it some more and lacquer over it some more. It's a long process because every layer of Urishi has to be held at a certain humidity and temperature for about a month
Wow.
Yeah.
for each step.
I forgot something on Blackwing. If you like colored pencils, Blackwing does make a set of colored pencils. These are not watercolor pencils, they're just colored pencils. And one thing I learned the hard way is that you need to have your own dedicated pencil sharpener for colored pencils. Because they've got oil in them to go through and gunk up your Rex. Okay, Maggie asked me to bring this because she got this for a gift and thought it was really nice. And we have this lovely company called Felix Doolittle, and he is the cutest Filipino guy, and he's very artistic, very talented, and does a lot of watercolors. And he has all kind. You could go on his website and look, but they have return address labels, and they're so cute. You could gift them to somebody or buy them for yourself, and it just crack and peel off the back and put it on your envelope. Like a lot of times my brides will give these to their, like as a hostess gift for a party or something like that. And they have little round ones. And then you can get the Christmas labels or even a book plate, all from this company. So if you're looking for a good gift for somebody, those are awesome. Maggie, you like yours?
I love it. Somebody gave me that little tin
Mm-hmm.
and it was,
Yes, you personalize it.
yeah, and it says something about,
Have your address all the way around?
no, it said handwritten by Maggie Naylor, something like that. It wasn't a return address. It was just, something.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I was
Mhm.
shocked.
So at the store, we carry calendars, just like any stationery store would. So we have calendars by Graphic Image that have the leather cover and several versions of that. But we started carrying Hobonichi last year. And Susan and Christian both love these. I buy calendars and then never write in them. So, I guess it's one of those things that which side of the line do you land on? But the good thing about the Hobonichi is that they carry ink really well. And so if you're a fountain pen or you want to do a little sketching in it or anything like that, these are great. And they all come, and we have many different styles, but they all come with bonus paper, graph paper in the back. So lots of places to be at the park and just see a little inspiration and sketch something or write something or keep some notes back there.
Are they lined sheets or unlined? Or do they come both ways?
They come both
They're
ways.
dated. They're dated
dated.
plans.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you've got your dated section in the front and
Okay.
then squares in the back for bonus paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, Peggy, we do have the other line that we just got in of those Luddites notebooks.
Uh-huh.
And there are different versions with lines and graphs and things like that. It's a larger size.
Those little thin ones?
Yes. those
Yeah, and I
things.
didn't bring those with us. There's a to-do one. There's a
Uh-huh.
this one and a that one. It's some really interesting layouts
So
in those.
it's the company is called Luddite.
And we found
Design
those
those.
from our same dealer that had the syringe for your filling up your ink and a lot of the Japanese things. Have any of y'all ever used a laser line to write straight?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we carry a couple of different ones at the store. We have this one that's by the company that we are. And I have one of these at the store that I keep in case somebody comes in and says, could you just write an envelope for me real quick? So I can pull this out and do it straight and not have to draw a line or anything. And this one, you put it together like a puzzle and then it fits into the little bracket here. And there's two 9-volt batteries. I only use the sidebar one. I don't ever use the straight down. But it's great for not having to line envelopes.
The one I bought, unfortunately, has a little play in it, so you don't always get perfectly parallel lines.
I think that's the laser as it goes across.
That goes
And you
across.
have to kind of adjust it.
You have to fiddle with it to get
Yeah.
it to
You have to
go
fit with
straight.
it to get it just right.
I hate doing that.
Good for dark.
Oh, yeah, that's the key for dark envelopes because, and speaking of dark envelopes, I did not think to bring any dark paper to show y'all. But this, if you've never used the white or the gold jelly rolls, or any of the jelly rolls, but I'll just use the back of one of these tags. Sometimes we do these envelopes for people for a party or an invitation of some sort. And we have a company that does digital return address in white on the back. And then we just come in with our white jelly pen and laser thing. And we've got, and sometimes I address things for people in just pretty handwriting. But yeah, it works out great. It goes through the post office. We're having a lot better luck at the post office than we were 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. But we're not sending highly decorated envelopes. And I had one bride who put all of her wedding invitations into clear bags and put a plastic label.
That doesn't work if it's a decorated envelope.
Yeah. Okay. We also carry a lot of Rhodia and Clairefontaine paper, which is also really good with ink. For practicing and things like that. There's just one little pad I had in Memphis to show y'all that I was currently using. And then I think I passed this cup around or passed half of these around one way and half the other way. But some of these have I know I brought some here once before, but the flex tip pen, La Pen. I've got a flex tip in each one of these, the red one and the green one.
I love that.
And then there's a broad marker there and there's a broad marker here that we use for, but y'all don't have any paper to play with now. Thank you. Have I worn y'all out so far? Am I boring? Does anybody know about Karen Adams? She's a local artist that she sells all over the country, but she's based, like I said, local. She's here in Memphis. She has her business on that. It's going downtown where Sun Studios is and where it branches off. Is it? I guess that's Madison. And, huh?
Marshall.
That's Marshall where it branches off. Okay. Well, her business is right there, and she employs a lot of ladies who come in and do her glitter work for her because she uses a lot of glitter in her on her little cards. So she puts out a calendar every year, and it looks like this. She designs a new design. That's March 2026, and it comes. You can buy it in a box, and the box is highly decorated and just beautiful. And it comes with either you can get a gold or a silver easel. And a lot of people buy these for gifts for people, and then the next year they just buy them the refill. And the year after, Patricia is my person in charge of calendars. She keeps a list, and starting in like July or August, she starts calling people and saying, "Hey, you gave 3 calendar refills last year. Do you want to give 3 calendar refills again this year?" And kind of keeps that business going. But Karen Adams started this this year. People loved her stuff so much that she started making a box of 12 note cards. But it doesn't say January on it. So you can just write and be inspired by the artwork that was in this year's calendar. And so that size is big. Yeah. And you can sign your name here. You can have them personalized with your name down here if you want to. But you write your note. And I think it's such a great idea because if it just reminds you, like say that you've got one special person in your life, like my mom just passed away in January, but my idea was to get one of these and write her one every month, just so she had some mail coming in and just go through the box for her. But anyway, we got those for this year. What's the name again? Karen Adams. Karen. Yeah. Her stuff's beautiful. And does anybody have any questions so far?
I just wanted to say that my husband and I send out cards constantly. And at one point I thought, oh, we just wasted postage. And then we started slowly getting feedback from people. And they love it. It's just a little, elaborate on thinking of you. And we've been amazed at how much it means to people who are sick or in a nursing home or just
Even if you're not sick or in the nursing home, you go to your post office, your post box day after day after day, and there's not anything personal.
Yes.
And to get something that somebody wrote.
Exactly. And the year we started sending Christmas cards to our veterinarians, they started just strewing flower petals in our pathway when we came to the vet. Who does that? I never know. People really love to get cards.
Well, that reminds me, Peggy asked me tonight for Janine Jasper's address. Jean was in our group and she's moved now to a home in Kentucky. So it would be good if every now and then we send her something because I know she's up there all by herself now. And
that's nice. These are an example of tags that we sell people at the store. This particular bunch happens to all be letterpressed with this company's design. But this is something y'all could do. You could design your own tag, and maybe we wouldn't do it for you letterpress, but we can flat print it. And you could make your own design and come to the store. We could print it for you on a tag shape, and then you could give that as a gift to somebody for Christmas, some Christmas tags for the lanes or whatever. And I'll just pass this around too, because it's just interesting to look at. And I'll do this one on the other side. This is the catalog for that company. So it gives you some ideas of what you could do. And Susan designs them for people, like maybe they want to give hostess gift, but they don't want to spend what it costs to get that letterpress version. And we'll do Susan's design and send it in. And people will give those for hostess gifts to people. some people have these parties where they've got 20 hostesses that they've got to buy gifts for. Oh, when I was talking about the laser, I also have the one by Paul Antonio available at the store. So he came up with his own. And plus, you know how he is. He's done several videos to go along with it. So he can tell you all about it himself.
Which one do you like better?
Well, I have this one at the store already, so I use that one. I have the slider writer at home, and I love my slider writer, and I will pay you a pretty price if anybody has a slider writer that they could sell me. But I haven't learned how to use Paul's yet. I'm just being honest. I have it at home, and I just haven't learned.
You have a pen that writes that go.
This one. That's the best that you can do, right on the back of it.
Dixie, what is a slider writer?
It looks like a lunch tray, like this, and it's got a slide thing on the side that's got laser on it, like a laser thing. And the reason I want another one, I have one, mine got cracked, but I use it because I can sit on a little TV table with that, and this one's a little bigger than that. And anyway, the company went out of business. So anytime I talk to somebody, I'll say, does anybody in your guild have a slider writer they want to set? And I talked to the lady up in Nashville. She was looking for me one. I put it out on that cyber
Don't make them anymore? Is that why?
No, they don't make them anymore.
Oh.
So I don't know if somebody sued them, but I did ask my eye doctor if it was okay to use it. And he said there shouldn't be any problem.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's a good pen. I buy these for the store. They make them in different, like fine and medium. And I buy the wide ones because you just get a stronger, bolder.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using it on a colored paper. Okay, so I've got Paul's, don't discount Paul's. You could go on and look and see what he has to say about it. I brought some invitations to show y'all because I know we're talking about calligraphy, but we hire calligraphers and we have some of y'all's samples at the store. But I thought y'all might like to see some of the work that we've done. So this, although Ann says it's not, this is Ann's calligraphy. She did this for us.
It's a font. It's not hand
It's not a
done.
font. No, it's not a font. Because I actually talked to this company today and they wrote me back and they said, you provided because I was talking to them about their Save the Day. She said, you provided the calligraphy for this. So this one is hand calligraphy. And then I'm just going to pass these two at the same time because this is Maria. Ann doesn't think she did, but I think Ann did that. That's Maria Helena down in New Orleans. She did this one and she addressed all the envelopes and Ann addressed all those envelopes. Oh, wait, pass this with that. I want y'all to see this. Susan designed the liner for this. And it is the repeat pattern of this monogram is the liner in the envelope.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
so y'all can just kind of see some of our work.
It's gorgeous.
Here. This is also custom calligraphy that I don't know who's doing. And this is a font.
And I did my granddaughter's.
That one.
Probably only
It's Camblin.
But they did such a great job in taking that calligraphy and working it in, that invitations.
They're good.
Honestly, I feel bad that I didn't bring that. I got in my car, got all the way over to the church and I thought, I should have taken some invitations. I do, that's so. One of those was 2007.
How wonderful. What a good job y'all do.
It was fun thing. Well, thank you.
Wow. Have y'all seen this?
Yes.
Okay, so it needs to go.
And then look at these, y'all. I think these are so pretty. Maybe you just want to write a note to somebody. And I have these in like 5 colors. And they're just, you don't have to write much because you're just writing inside the little squares. It's just a beautiful letter pressed on hand torn paper. And I think those are really pretty. And then we guess I just brought this to show y'all that people are still doing the old fashioned. Folded, invitation like we used to. And I might even be seeing a tiny resurgence of this.
Really?
I've had like 3 invitations recently that did old school invitations. But if somebody brought you this to do the calligraphy, wouldn't you just do a pretty copper plate? I would too. I had a calligrapher ask me if she should print it. I said, no.
What, are they engraved or?
I think everything I brought was engraved. There might have been a letterpress in there, but I do more engraved than anything, but we also do letterpress and we do thermography sometimes. And occasionally I'll have somebody come in, then they only need 15 invitations and it just doesn't make sense because to do an engraved invitation, 15 invitations. So we'll do a flat printed invitation occasionally, but we'll dress it up by making it double thick. And then, that pen I sent around that has the broad edge on it that's felt tip. You can actually take one of those and go around the edge of a double thick invitation and get an edge die. And it really elevates it and it's an inexpensive invitation. So those are some little things that we help people with that maybe they're not in the same price category as somebody else. So I also brought Maggie. Who gave me these steps? Is that the lady that you're talking about?
The lady came by, and I believe some of y'all came over and wanted to get rid of some of her calligraphy stuff. And I just had it in my garage. And
so I got a few things.
She was in bad health and was getting rid of stuff. And so I sent out the message and y'all, some of you came by and got some
So
stuff.
I've got some nibs here. If anybody wants to come by and just take one, y'all can look through them. It says on the top what it is, but I'm going to put them down here. I'm going to put it on this table down here by Ann and John. If y'all want to get up and look around and see what there is. And I've also got pins that somebody brought moving that if anybody wants anything out of that box, they can have it. I guess it's free night, Lisa.
All right.
Did everybody get one of those Hunt 22s?
They did.
There enough for everybody? Okay. And some of y'all, all right, this is a company that we have at the store that Patricia and I love. It's the Letterpress. And she has a lot of beautiful designs. This one happens to be a folded note with a birthday cake on it that you could have at home, in case a birthday comes up, but you don't have time to go get a birthday card. And she has a lot of designs and we can't even keep them in stock. But you may ask, where's Crane? Has anybody heard the story of Crane over the last few years?
No.
Well, I guess it was about 5 years ago or 6, Crane bought out William Arthur. And then they moved William Arthur to where Crane was. So all those artisans that had worked for William Arthur all those years, those blue collar people, they would move them if they wanted to, but most of them, been born and raised, and they didn't want to move with Crane. But anyway, and then Crane got into some financial problems, and so the company decided, let's sell off the stationery portion. We'll just keep the money part, the U.S. currency. And they sold off Crane, and then that company got into some financial trouble. And a company in Italy bought out that company. And I can't think of what it is. It's not Strathmore, but it's like some big paper company. And they said, okay, thanks. We don't want Crane. And they locked the doors of Crane. And that was, Patricia, was that this 2 years ago in January, right? 2 years ago. So that was January 2024. Three. And so Crane, like if you had a wedding invitation there, your wedding invitation was just padlocked. That the employees didn't have a job, they couldn't go in. My friend who's a rep, she couldn't go in. Nobody knew what was going on. So I started talking with this guy who's a friend of mine in Raleigh, And he had a stationery company in Raleigh that did work for me sometimes. And I said, yeah, have you heard what's going on with Crane? And I told him all about it. And about a month later, I was talking to him. He said, Dixie, I bought Crane. I don't know how he did it. I don't know money wise how he did it or whatever, but he owns Crane now. And so he took his whole family. They were in Raleigh. They now live in upstate New York. And they built a new factory there. They're embracing their foundation. They're going to get rid of the ugly logo that the new Frank people had put in and go back to the original logo, the original packaging and all of that. And, you know, they're just asking us to have faith as they go through the steps of rebuilding and get back to what they are. But this is one of their really pretty note cards they put out this year, and it's got 4 colors of engraving on one piece, which I thought was really pretty. And they did some amazing Christmas cards this year with 5 and 6 color engraving. But of course, they're more expensive than normal, but I'm trying to get some because I didn't put my order in time and they're sold out. So hopefully they're going to reprint. I might get a few, but anyway, that's the story of Crane. And I'm still able to get all of the basics of Crane, and I have all that stuff stocked in the store. But the part that we were struggling with was doing a wedding invitation at Crane because they didn't have customer service that they used to have. They promised me that if I submit anything, they'll hand walk it through for me. But anyway, they created an advisory board, and I'm a member of the advisory board. So there's 10 of us. And then they also have a once a month meeting with all the shop owners they have Crane. So anyway.
They used to do just blank cards and envelopes. Those were wonderful.
Yeah, I have those at the store. I keep open stock in the back or sell a box of 20. Yeah, those are easy for me to get. But they used to have this beautiful Newport blue, a deep, not a navy, but a beautiful blue and a gray. A lot of those colors are gone. They had a really pretty red. And there's, it's just, I think it just got too far gone before, got away from it. I think the family was funding that portion of the business and didn't really care if it was making money or not. And then all of a sudden they had to just make money.
Yeah.
This is a box of stuff, gentlemen, a guy who worked for me, his dad was a calligrapher. And they went through all of his stuff and they gave me a lot of his things. And so I've got some nibs and some pen holders and stuff. But if anybody, I haven't been as calligraphy as long as some of you. And if you see anything in here that you want, please take it. Let's pass it around. His name was William Rogers. I don't know if any of y'all knew him or not. But so if y'all come to the store right now and you wanted to buy nibs, I would have nibs. But if you wanted to buy gouache, I probably only have 2 or 3 colors of gouache right now in the store. But if you wanted paper and things like that, or you wanted to do a project, we could help you with that. We've got all kinds of those pens that I'm passing around, and then fountain pens and ink and cartridges and pilot ink.
Yeah, you also do the return address stamp.
Yes, we do. And thanks for asking. We do embossers, or we do the inked stamps. And we do our ink stamps locally. So Susan will design it and send it. And then we can have it back pretty quickly. And then this one is an embosser. So that's what I use at home. And even if I just buy a birthday card, I just put the corner of the envelope in like this. And you just press down on it, and then you've got your address. So, yeah.
My son loved one that y'all made for his Christmas present.
We did him an embosser, didn't we? Yeah. So Susan, this is the desk one, and you have to put your weight down on it. And then they make a handheld one that's a little bit. Susan thinks the handheld one's easier to do, but the more your hands start to hurt in here, Yeah, the harder it is to do those.
Dixie, pass that page around with the embossing on it, so
This one,
you don't mind.
George, I might do it on this. Yes, it might be easier to see.
I think they did it out.
Because I'll do it on the back side. So I was put my points of my envelope in like that.
She's gonna leave them up.
Is that the door?
Oh, I thought she was handing them around.
How much are?
They're expensive, $75.
The handheld ones used to be a little cheaper,
Yeah, the handheld ones might be $5 cheaper or something like
but
that.
they're hard on your hand.
Yeah, you should push down when you, just the way to sit up, you know, it does.
Mm.
Well, and if you go to visit Dixie, the resident dog, Mister, is there, and he loves pepperoni.
Hey.
Yeah, well,
Loves Maggie and Bob because they bring people. So, yeah.
Throw a thing in there and that dog likes me.
Maggie sits in, start you.
I mean, he just bounds to the front door.
he just likes attention, period.
I went to the grocery store tomorrow, she's not getting ahead of me.
I think he smells the pepperoni.
I'll pass him.
Has that already been, don't do that?
No, it's in it.
Now, and when you do gold calligraphy, you use.
I have a
Watch, don't you?
No, I have about 7 or 8 different golds, and I also have gold pigment. I've like at least, or I not add the micropigments. I have at least 6 different colors of gold. I just mix them all together depending upon what they need.
Yeah.
That's hard to deal with, and
What?
the gold ink.
It's awful to deal with.
Well, that's like this stuff, because I don't have to mix anything.
Oh, any kind of metallic ink is awful to work with. It just settles so quickly. I mean,
It
you
really does.
have to mix it up almost for every line that you make.
They make this lovely little stirring device that is horribly expensive. And you put it, you put your ink in a little container and it's got a little magnet thing and it spins.
Yeah, I know, to try one. So my
Ink me,
interest
ink me this,
is to only
ink
use
me
a
this.
dip
What?
full at a
ink
time.
me this.
And then it doesn't have to.
Oh, the mixer?
Uh-huh.
I don't need a mixer. I have a brush with a brush. The brush works very well. I only make a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Which is it?
$170.
Try one and then if I'm. So, Astral has one, but it sounded like hers was really expensive.
It's about 170.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I've got one.
How would you like this?
I have never used it.
Like me with Tony and stuff.
Yeah.
I love gold ink. I just love it. But
There's-
it just drives me crazy because
I picked up a bottle of gold ink. Put it off of Amazon, CA something or other. I'll write it out, find it, find it for you. But they make it in white, red, and gold.
Those two.
Oh, Sandra sister, a blank hill press.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do some of my favorite quotes. I guess. I can't make myself so because it's kind of written pages which would be quite saying up here to stop and start.
Yeah, it's
Something that's the show card.
yeah,
Show card, you know, make the.
they did it long enough ago, it's not showing.
Oh, okay.
I bought one at I am with Dicky.
Great, man.
Science, Miss Sam, science. Yeah.
Miss Ann, brother.
Say,
Like show card or something.
wow.
Sell them at night.
But
I use it.
it's, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
she shows you my,
That like,
My slide Friday, Cheryl's going over there. There, that's this $2. Wherever I am. When you want to write something in the day, I go this mail. Yes.
Yeah.
By right.
yes,
I do. My gosh, right.
salt. You have to have salt.
Paper and ink are so very.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yes. They. Especially. Yes, I really understand that. And I'm gonna think about. I'm not sorry.
That's so sad.
It's like, well, different. It's worsted bread. Places has been just stored all the bunch specialized.
Sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
For homes. That's the kind of.
That's what I've got.
Yeah. Because the pretty go.
I'll bring you a sample. With it.
I saw, I see. I can see there.
Sure, it's in it. Get you just a little sample. I've got a big bottle of it.
You know, stuff. If you try, it's not.
Everyone.
Higher.
Yeah.
It's all this. Because so. It's one big party. She said, something over there, you know, so far the best on me.
Yeah.
Miss Sandra.
Sugar roll.
Right.
That was Miss Sandra.
That's very upset. First, she wants to all her hands, she never asked. So.
Yeah.
She's working.
Same goes.
She's always.
Just the most lovely woman.
Sure, yeah, it's not.
She really, I already know that. She knows the same boundary.
We have a few, especially now.
Yes.
John needs to know how much that is. It said $3. I didn't pay you on the tax.
You know, the secret, like short, I can't take it. You know, that's
Oh, she had.
right.
Which that.
Okay, that's what I can. Sorry, but she fast. She can't.
There's a more.